Hello everybody, hope everybody's doing great today. Appreciate those who watched this video. I hope you enjoy it. Also, I'm grateful for those of you who have subscribed. Thank you very much for doing so. And today we're going to be talking about You Only Live Twice, starring Sean Connery as the great James Bond. This is his 5th time playing the character. He's still doing a great job portraying it. It's the next movie and it's in Her Majesty's service that he's not in. So it kind of takes a movie off, then returns for Diamonds Are Forever. But that is for the future. So let's talk about now. You Only Live Twice. It's basically because James Bond in this movie kind of fakes his death at the beginning, so the villains are no longer on the lurk for him. Don't have to, no longer looking for him. They can let their guards down, and this gives him the ability to sneak under them and to do some more investigation of them more openly. The movie starts off with that, and then we go to good old outer space, where Spectre has created a spaceship that's going around swallowing up other spaceships. It takes over a spaceship from the United States, swallows it up, and then its spaceship takes over a spaceship from the Soviet Union, swallows them up. So the space scenes look pretty good, pretty realistic to keep it kind of simplistic, which I think was a good move on the director's part. On doing so, don't want try to do too much with the gat, so ends up the outer space scenes ended up passing. For today's standards, it will look kind of immaturist, I guess, but for back then, I think it was very good. I didn't live in the 60s, but I'm sure that a lot of people were amazed with what they were able to do, and for today, it's passable. I will say, though, once this spaceship gets to Earth, that's when it gets really shaky, a little rocky there, where it gets kind of unrealistic. You kind of tell it's not a real spaceship, and it's kind of like a model. Once it lands, I know space, it had to be gigantic if it's going to swallow up other spaceships, but once it gets down on Earth, it looks kind of small when you compare it to the people standing around it. It's like, how is that vessel able to swallow up other vessels there in outer space? But overall, I was kind of surprised of the quality of the special effects that they used when it was in outer space. I thought that was very well done. The exotic place that they chose this time for the James Bond movie is Japan. I think this is like the first one where we get like the Oriental experience, I guess you can say. The other ones always seem like being like warm cultures. It was like the Bahamas, where you got a lot of sun. They're always on the beaches. This time we go to Japan to explore a little bit of Japan's culture, their traditional robe. As you see in the background, the lady was wearing a kimono. Is that a kimono? Yeah, I believe it's a kimono, right? It's 3 o'clock in the morning where I'm at doing these videos. Everybody's asleep in my house, so I figure I gotta take time to do these reviews. So I'm a little tired. And then I guess I'll go back, rewind here, looking at my notes just now. Forgot to mention something. Nancy Sinatra sings the opening song. Very good opening song. James Bond, for me, one of the things that James Bond's known for are like the opening songs and all the weird naked women graphics and stuff. Or scantily dressed women in the opening. And then you have that great opening theme song. And she does a very well job. But I will say, I don't think it is good as These Boots Are Made for Walking. I think that song's better than this James Bond movie song, but it's still pretty good, well done. She does a fantastic job here. I'm checking out some other stuff we have. I did enjoy like the mini helicopter we got there and the Bond gadgets. Makes me think that M is somehow in on the gag or something. Like, I think M might be like a one of those double agents type of thing, because he seems to always know what gadgets James Bond needs for the mission. It's like he gives it these gadgets and they happen to be perfect for what he needs to accomplish the mission. So something tells me that M, he has some resources within. He has some of his own little spies, little network working within these criminal organizations where he knows exactly what James Bond needs and when he needs it for him to. It makes his great escapes. Let's see. Trying to think. Sorry here. Yeah, so then we have, so in Thunderball, I guess I'm going to bring this up. Thunderball, we had the sharks. The reason the sharks didn't succeed is because they have lasers. In this movie, they have piranhas. Wonder if this was the inspiration for the piranha movie. I don't know. But we see the piranhas in use here. They kill a couple people. I think they kill like the leading hitchman, right? At the end of the movie. You know, you fall in there, all these little piranhas kind of nab you and eat you up. Stuff like that made me terrified of piranhas. Not James Bond, because I don't remember watching this James Bond as a kid, but the movie Piranhas, you know, made me frightened of piranhas. The frightened that piranhas would eat you if they were in the river with you, but I guess they're actually will run away from humans. They don't really eat humans. But anyways, I just want to throw that little bit in there. This guy, Spectre's leader, he loves his fish. He loves people getting devoured by aquatic animals. It would seem to be. Overall, I enjoy this one. Thought it was better than Thunderball. I don't know if it's the best James Bond movie out there. Still love From Russia with Love a little better. I do like how we went to Japan this time. Got to explore more of the Japanese culture and of their people. And some of their traditions in this movie. James Bond, I don't know, does it count as a marriage? He just get, I don't know if is it a real marriage? I can't, or are they, I know they're pretending to be husband and wife, but he had to do some stuff to be able to actually play this girl's wife. So it kind of made it look like he's actually going to be marrying this Japanese girl in this movie. So maybe Her Majesty's service wasn't his first wife. Maybe this Japanese girl was his first wife. I think she had a better ending than his wife in the next movie. Anyways, overall, I enjoyed this one. I love the action scenes. Were very well done. The Spectre's leader here, finally got to see his face. Not very pretty guy, and got to explore a little bit more of that organization. Got a little bit deeper into that, so kind of expanded this universe's lore a little bit more. Get to know it a little bit more, you know, and flesh it out more. Right now, I'm loving the word more. So I did like that part of this movie. And what it brought to the table of the James Bond universe. I enjoyed it. It might be a movie that if somebody's never saw James Bond and this was on, it's like, hey, let's watch this one. And this might get people into the James Bond universe and liking the character. Overall, I enjoyed it. What do you guys think about You Only Live Twice? Do you like it? Where would you rank it in the James Bond universe as we continue going through all the James Bond movies? Eventually, I'll get to the end. Probably won't be until the fall, right? It's like 24, 26 of these once a week. We'll see when we get there. Have a great day. Bye.